Hello my friends, welcome to another episode of Diablo 3. My name is Wilfred. So I'm still at the public test Ryan PTR trying out the brand new patch for the season 21. This is the week 1 of the testing, so whatever you see here is just like just initial design of the season 21. And I'm pretty sure they would change some of the mechanic or tune the character up or down according to the testing that goes on behind the scene. Now I'm trying out the brand new set for the necromancer. It's called the Masquerade of the Burning Carnival. I've done another video that has a little bit deep dive onto the various kind of gear options while I'm testing, so I'm not going to repeat all the things I said there. But just to recap on this particular build, is really central around the simulacrum as well as the bone sphere. So 2-piece bonus, your simulacrums no longer take damage, as well as gain all the runes, and its cooldown is refreshed when you die. So that is the 2-piece bonus. 4-piece bonus is while you have a simulacrum, damage is reduced by 50%. Damage you take is split with your simulacrum as well. So it's more like just a damage reduction kind of thing. And the last set bonus is to your bone sphere deal 10,000% increased damage. Your simulacrums gain triple this bonus. So this is what is on paper. Like I said before, I just want to recap, is that the necromancer is somewhat more durable, I would say, depending on how you gear it as well, because there is a new kind of like a revamp on the shoulder item, the Raseth Volition. If your essence is not full, you gain 50% damage reduction, so you can get some kind of like even if you don't use mage, you could use that gear in your cube to help you with your survivability. So I would say that the necromancer survive slightly better than, I think it's better than all the other sets I've tried. But having said that, I think the damage can still go up a little bit more, because what you see here, maybe just put some perspective, in the test realm, I have all the ancient gear for the set that I have, and then also I've got 8 set item or ancient item being augmented as well, so that's pretty fair, pretty good. I've also got the the dam that is pretty high as well, so and my my paragon level at that kind of like non-season is around about 1,000 something, 1,007. So all in all, it's not a terrible kind of like a setup, but yet I'm doing 95 right now. As you can see later, I get about, I think, 10 minutes or so for 95. Not really the best kind of thing I've seen. I mean, I've played the season for the wizard, even the typhoon set, it's like an average kind of set. I can do GR 100 pretty comfortably with a good timing of maybe 6 minutes or so, or less than that. So I would say it's still a fair bit to go from a tuning wise, or could be I haven't really figured out what is the best for my for this set. It could be because I haven't really got a lot of time playing this one. But in case you have seen my last video, so the change I've got here is that I no longer use a Devour aura. Instead, I use a Devour Cannibalize to get more life out from the Devour, and also I use a macro to keep popping Devour, so it's easier for me to get it sorted that way. I also changed the one of the dams I no longer use, can't remember which one. Oh, the Enforcer. So I realized that I could buff my pet, but in the end, I think I do need Bane of the Stricken, as well as at the higher riff, I think it just takes a little bit too long down a guardian, so I used Bane of the Stricken instead of the Enforcer. Definitely I see a lot of very good result from it. I don't think I can rely on the Grim Sing, the rune, to curse a mob, because the 15% is really low, and I realized that my simulacrum, the bone and the blood of them, it doesn't really apply any curse, or maybe I just can't see it, or maybe the chances are really low. So I can't rely on that, and I don't have another space on my slot to apply the Cryptify or whatever it is. So in the end, instead of using deities, the raised item, I use Witching Hour, which give me a little slightly better DPS. Get me at least timing wise a little bit better. I also use the Lost Time as well. Lost Time is kind of nice for the off. Well, I mean, I used, so I don't use it anymore. I used the Lost Time. Lost Time is a nice offhand. There aren't really a lot of options, but I found that it's good because I can gain speed as I deal cold damage, but it's just not enough damage in a way. So I use the Lidless wall instead to give me the cold damage, because I kind of like spare everything to cold damage, which is what my Bone Sphere is. Now I love the part that when you see the whole corridor of mobs and your simulacrum are behind you replicating your power, and you do a Bone Sphere, it's kind of fun because you can see everything just shoot in front, and it's kind of pretty effective. But when it comes to the corridor or some corner, your simulacrum doesn't seem to do much. Like this environment here, you can see a lot of shooting behind, and they are lacking behind, which is fine. I can lead the way. So that is the fun part of it, and also I kind of like the fact that you need a little bit of positioning, because you want to shoot, of course, a target that most threaten you, like an elite, but you also want to clear out the mobs behind it or in front of it or whatever. So there is a fair bit of positioning there as well. But the fact that I do not have Blood Rush, or the one that you can teleport, so make this build a little bit more risky in some situation, like Waller or Vortex with the Jailer or Explosion kind of thing can really kill the Necromancer pretty bad, in a sense. So I think it's just a matter of getting used to some of those, like a fight, like if you involve a very tight corridor with the Arcane kind of Sentry, I usually just skip that for the time being, because I don't have the mobility. Now I wish I could use the boots that can move unhindered through the enemies, the one from the bounty. But the fact that I do need the newly reward shoulder to give me the 50% damage reduction. So in a sense, yeah, so that it is what it is. But I mean, I have fun with it. You do get to pop the Land of the Dead pretty often, and that is a good thing. Not so good is that it just doesn't seem as strong as, say, the Corpse Lance. So if I compare this build with the Corpse Lance build, I think Corpse Lance is a lot more, it seems to hit a lot better in terms of the damage wise. I don't know, maybe there just isn't enough legendary to buff the Bone Sphere, my take as such, because I use a whatever spike as well that increase the Bone Sphere by a great deal. I use the one of the main weapon, the synth, that kind of like increase the my secondary kind of skill, which is Bone Sphere, by up to 400%, so long as I have a bone armor on. So I'm doing my best to give it a shot for this for this Bone Sphere to work. But I do feel that the Bone Sphere, perhaps the last kind of like set bonus should get a lot more. I think 10,000 is just not that good, and also with the fact that the pets are so just so kind of like a bit random whether they hit the target or not. Instead of triple only the simulacrum, I would say just just flat out. I don't know how many percent would be the right one. I think right now they are doing like 30, 60, 70 kind of thing, 70%. I would put it to maybe 25,000% for everything yourself as well to a pet, rather than how the design is going to be. Alright, so I hope you enjoy. I may do another video once the week 2 comes on board. Alright, thanks for watching. Goodbye.